The sound of nature. Hey everybody, it's Jessica the New Witch, and thanks for stopping by at my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to cleanse your crystals. And there is a couple of different ways to cleanse your crystals. So we have some dirt, just regular old dirt you can get from outside your house. Okay, and then we have Palo Santo. This is the Palo Santo, which is a little less fragrant than your normal white sage. And this we have white sage and just really any kind of incense that you can find or buy anywhere. And then we have salt. This is rock salt. You can use any kind of salt, really, just as long as it's salt. All right. I don't know why that was kind of satisfying. Just playing with my salt over here. All right. So enough of that. So this is my plate of crystals. Okay. So how you want to use your sage. You want to light it. Obviously light your sage on fire. Yay, it's something I can actually light on fire. Woo! Get it smoking. This is some good sage. I actually got it from Jungle Gems. I can't remember the brand it was, but it smells really good. I usually get my sage from a shop called Enchanted Moments, but this is pretty good stuff, and it's lasted me a long time. Okay, so this is your dominant hand. Use whatever hand you feel like you need to use the sage or to have the crystal in. I like to use my dominant hand for the sage and my receptive hand to hold the crystal in. So you just kind of want to give it a bath, going counterclockwise, because that seals all of the negative energy out of the stone. And I mean, you can say like a little chant while you do this too. That actually helps. I'll say like, I am cleansing this stone, this crystal, of all of its negative energy, cleansing and purifying. And, just say whatever you feel is right for you and whatever is right for your crystal. Whatever comes to your mind. And you could do this for, like 20 or 30 seconds or, however long you feel like it needs. Sometimes I do it for a while depending on what I've used them for. Like if I've used them for a healing of my chakras or someone else's chakras, or if I sleep with them, I'll cleanse them at least once or twice a week. Sometimes more than that, sometimes daily, just depending on where I am and who I'm around. That feels good to me. Just give it a nice little bath. You want to move it around and get it all the little edges and corners and things like that. All the surfaces. Whoops. Washing and feeling all of that negative energy just floating away. All right. Like I said, you can use the Palo Santo here or an incense to do the same thing that I'm doing with the sage. Also, a lot of people like to use abalone shells to keep their sage in. I myself personally think that the abalone shell is beautiful, And I'm not, I don't know why they use it per se. I'm sure there's a specific reason for the use of an abalone shell to put the sage in. But me, I'm a vegan, so I don't want to use that shell when I could just use a glass bowl that I have instead of, a shell. So, we will move on to the next thing. What should we do? Dirt or salt? Salt or dirt? Salt. All right. So with the salt, it's pretty simple, and the dirt and salt thing actually kind of, pretty much the same. So you can put all of your crystals in here, in this bowl of salt. Or you can do one at a time. I mean, I don't really see a problem with doing all of them at once. Just, if you have a big enough bowl and if you have a lot of crystals, this might be like the easiest, fastest way to do it. Okay. So you just want to make sure they're covered and that they're in there. Okay. And I leave them out overnight and take them out of the salt in the morning. I mean, you could leave them in there for an hour and that'll do it some good, but you definitely, I think it's best to leave it overnight. And the same thing could be said for the dirt. Dirt cleanses just as well as salt does. Salt will pull all that negative energy out of all of your crystals. It'll absorb it and hold the negative energy in the salt instead of in your crystal. And dirt will, of course, do the same thing. I do not have that much dirt in this bowl because I felt bad digging up the dirt. And of course, whenever you're out in nature, you want to ask first. You want to ask a tree or the ground or a flower before you just go taking something. You want to ask first. And that's how you that's how you build a relationship with nature to, you can take and eventually give back. Okay, so you want to make sure that those are covered as well. And this will act the same as the salt. The dirt will absorb all of the negative energy out of these crystals, just like the salt did. All right. So I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed day. Bye.